Now, your Skywarn 13 weather forecast.
Well, towards the northwest part of the state, it is just downright cold this morning. 4 below right now in Hayward. We have a lot of single digits towards the western part of the state. Not quite the case towards the central and eastern parts of the state, where we have temperatures that are into the mid to upper 20s and even mid 30s right now, 35 in Milwaukee. Now, especially off towards the northwest, this had ideal what we call radiational cooling conditions, where we've had a clear sky. We've had some pretty calm winds, and those areas, especially a little bit further towards the north, still have that snowpack, so that allows the ground to continue to cool, and that's what's giving us this very chilly start this morning. This is where changes are going to start to happen. So this is that trough that's really brought us that much cooler weather as of late, and there's that cutoff low that's continuing to push a little bit further off towards the northeast. Now, off towards our west, we had this upper ridge that's now starting to flatten out a little bit, becoming more zonal, which has that east to west orientation. That's going to continue becoming more zonal over the next couple of days. But if we look just a little bit further towards the north, you can already see our next trough starting to dig. So yes, that warm up is going to be very welcome for a lot of us, but it's not going to last very long. So it's not just the slick roadways, it's also some visibility concerns blowing around some of that snow. So again, just can't emphasize enough to use caution on the roadways this morning. Now, going over the next couple of hours, again, more of this is expected to transition to a little bit of snow before this initial band of precipitation starts to move a little bit further towards the north. We'll find ourselves in a dry slot, but we may have just a few chances at some drizzle sprinkled in throughout the afternoon before another band of precipitation works in later on tonight. Also notice that as this system parks itself over the Midwest, most of these snow showers actually going to come from the east and move towards the northwest, and more of this transitioning to snow through the overnight. Now, we are expecting more snow showers today that could get heavy at times, but the biggest impact out of this is going to come from these winds. So I'm actually showing you this. This starts tomorrow morning as some of those snow showers towards our neck of the woods start to taper off a little bit. We may have a few lingering snow showers going into tomorrow afternoon. But here's a look at this low continuing to track a little further towards the east. Now, of course, we do have that very frigid air mass in its wake. But notice what happens as this low continues to push a little further towards the east, and we have high pressure that's moving into the west. Well, in response to this, these isobars that you see here become very tightly packed together. That indicates a very tight pressure gradient, which brings us very strong winds, and you see how closely packed together these are, and they get even tighter going into Friday morning. So we are expecting some very blustery winds, and being that it is cold today and will continue to remain frigid really over the next couple of days, we're expecting the snow to be a very light and powdery. Clouds will dominate for today with a few chances at some showers in the mix, but most of the day will stay dry. Now, tomorrow will be a little on the cooler side, but we see the return of some milder temperatures, and I'll tell you just what to expect into New Year's weekend in your full forecast.
You know, Mike, what's a great thing about this warmer weather? It's great snowman making weather.
It is. The snow, you can pack it really easily. The air doesn't hurt your face when you're heading out the door. And there we go. There's a snowball right now.
Snowball, and yeah, if you go down to Water Street, they have like the students built like 2 10-foot snowmen just off of Water Street.
That's impressive.
It is very impressive.
We should get to work, build one outside the station.
Well, I think I'm going to get started on that, and I'll toss it back to you guys.
Oh, thanks a lot, Mike.